and thanks for tuning in to QUTV. I'm Charity Boyd.
And I'm Sarah Valkamp. Today on QUTV, what measures are you taking in order to ensure safety on the snow-covered roads?
And if you didn't get the chance to sign up for the annual ski trip, we have some good news for you. But first, the winter weather continues to wreak havoc on the Midwest.
That's right. During severe weather like we had this week, schools and businesses often close, and staying at home is the best option. However, if you do need to go out on the snowy roads, there are some precautions you should take before even leaving your driveway. I had the opportunity to talk to Captain Bernard Valkamp of the Quincy Fire Department to find out what you can do to stay safe on the roads. Early Tuesday afternoon, Quincy received what was the beginning of a snowstorm. Over the course of 24 hours, approximately 6 inches of snow accumulated around the area, and the snowy conditions made it difficult for motorists to safely navigate the roads. Precautions should be taken when driving in this wintry weather, and QFD's Captain Bernard Valkamp advises motorists to slow down on the slippery roads.
Anytime roads have become more dangerous or more hazardous to driving due to whether it's snow, ice, rain, sleet, people just need to be more cautious. They should stay home if necessary or stay home if possible. If they have to get out, they should tend to drive 5 to 10 miles an hour slower, look ahead, look far in advance, plan to slow down sooner at intersections, plan to slow down sooner behind traffic, look for cars turning into your lane, and be prepared to stop or to avoid those types of situations. People just need to be smart and use some common sense when it comes up with the curves in the roads, intersections, hills, and just be cautious. Slow down a little bit, plan ahead of your route, look ahead, be prepared to make decisions based on your driving, on what's happening down the road further away.
Snowplows worked overnight Tuesday and into Wednesday afternoon to clear the streets and parking lots. Although snowplows do their best at clearing as much as they can, snow crewman Ty Elsey still advises motorists to drive precautiously.
Even though we've gone through and plowed the roads, you still got to be careful on driving because we still do leave ice on the roads. We can't get it all. And yes, we do have people that are irritated because we do move slow on the streets, but I mean, we have to get the job done.
It is advised to only go out when necessary during these snowy conditions, but by planning ahead and watching the road, motorists can expect to arrive at their destination safely.
When the roads are impassable, area schools, including Quincy University, often close for a day or two. But what about essential services for students living on campus? Severe weather does not stop Chartwell's, our university's food service provider, from operating. The Hawks Hangout was closed on the snow days, but the main dining room remains open for normal operating hours, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Chris Blakeman, Director of Dining Services, told QUTV that prior to the university closing, he met with his entire staff to come up with solutions and menus that would work given the resources Chartwell's had. Blakeman also mentioned that in situations such as these, they are prepared to do whatever it takes to ensure that students are fed. All campus dining areas are now back to their regular operating hours.
Have you filed your FAFSA? If not, Q's Financial and Office is highly advising that you get it done soon. There is a strong possibility the government shutdown from last year will affect anyone who receives the MAP grant. They are expecting the MAP grant to run out or not be available to students anymore come mid-February. Make sure you file your FAFSA before it's too late.
Last weekend, the NFL season came to a close. This year's Super Bowl pitted the Seattle Seahawks versus the Denver Broncos. Family and friends gathered to eat good food and watch the big event. Students at QU were no exception. A Super Bowl party sponsored by SPB was thrown in the Hawks' nest. There were drink specials for students that were of age, and SPB provided free food and soda for everyone in attendance. Even though the game was a little disappointing for some of the fans, everyone who came seemed to have a great time. The final score was 43-8, with the Seahawks winning over the Broncos. Two fans who attended the event shared their reactions.
Well, I was rooting for Seattle Seahawks because me and my dad made a bet over a hockey jersey, which I won, so I get to have a brand new Jonathan Toews captain Stanley Cup hockey jersey, and I'm pretty excited about it. So
I was most definitely rooting for the Denver Broncos, but last they lost in the end. It was rather ugly.
Last weekend, the music department hosted the first jazz ensemble and symphonic band concert of the semester in the Connie Neiman Center for Music. The jazz band, under direction of Steve Park, started the show featuring Warren Krim on trumpet and Darren Lillard on alto sax. After a short intermission, the symphonic band under Bill Mackold performed new music by Stephen Bryant. Students are still thrilled about the move from the North Campus Auditorium to the Connie Neiman Center.
Performance-wise, I think the acoustics in here are a lot better. With the sound panels on the walls, it sounds a lot more professionally done, and it doesn't feel like we're playing in a basement.
Another busy week in sports. QUTV sports director Andy Martinez is here with the latest. Andy?
Thanks, Sarah. The Quincy University women's basketball team has moved up to number 11 in this week's national poll. A large reason for that has been redshirt senior Lucy Cramsey, who was recently selected as the Great Lakes Valley Conference Player of the Week for the week of January 27th. But Cramsey is not just known for her exploits on the basketball court. Last month, Cramsey was one of 32 players nominated to the 2014 All-State WBCA Good Works team. The team recognizes the top student athletes for their civic service, and the winners will be announced later this month. I recently got the opportunity to sit down with Lucy.
Lucy Cramsey is not on the court. She spends her time helping others, and she does it because she believes it is part of her higher calling.
It's the Lord. I live my life every day for Him, and I want everybody to know that, and I want them to know and see that His goodness and what should drive all of us is Him, because we're made by Him, and He asks us to do these things, and I have found so much more joy out of that than I found getting all this reconciliation and stuff like that through Him, though, than getting the recognition on the court. I know that at the end of the day, it's what's going to help me become more of a person.
Off the court, Cramsey is always helping others, so it is a bit strange to look at her stat sheet and see that she only averages about 2 assists per game.
It's very ironic. That's why things like this, I want to give glory to God instead of myself, because that's all I can do, because it is for Him and from Him.
Cramsey does not necessarily want her teammates to act in the same manner, but she does hope that her actions will rub off on her teammates in some manner.
I hope that they see what I'm doing and they appreciate it and maybe feel a call to do some of the same things.
So Cramsey is okay with the personality of each and every member on her team, and she believes that that has helped spark the Lady Hawks to such a phenomenal season.
We have a great team as it is. They're great girls, and they know what's right and wrong, so I don't really think that I need to tell them. So yeah, I think it's just good for all of us, and we have a very balanced team as far as personalities and stuff like that, and that is what helps us to play well together and be the team that we are.
The Lady Hawks basketball team pulled off an upset last Thursday when they defeated number 7 Drury at Pepsi Arena 82-79. This was the scene at Pepsi Arena after the Lady Hawks defeated the Lady Panthers. Students rushed the court after the Lady Hawks pulled off the win on a three-pointer by senior Hannah Weedman late in the game. The men almost replicated the electric atmosphere as they led defending national champions and number 5 ranked Drury by as many as 14 points. However, the Hawks fell 92-87 in overtime. Both teams defeated Missouri S&T on Saturday after an action-packed Thursday. National Signing Day was this Wednesday, February 5th, and the QU football team and QU women's soccer team had a busy day. Football head coach Tom Padgett continued his strong presence in the recruiting game. Padgett signed 25 players to this year's class, with 19 of the players hailing from Illinois or Missouri. It keeps with Padgett's philosophy of recruiting within the tri-state area. Women's soccer head coach Dave Musso and the Lady Hawks also had a successful signing day. Musso and his staff added 6 new players, with all of them hailing from the St. Louis Scott Gallagher Soccer Club, one of the premier soccer clubs in the nation. 3 of the recruits hail from St. Dominic High School in St. Louis, which was ranked as the number 1 team in the nation last season. We here at QUTV would like to congratulate both programs and will go into further depth on National Signing Day next week.
Thanks, Andy. And if you didn't get the chance to sign up for this year's ski trip, you're in luck. The ski trip has been rescheduled for February 14th due to inclement weather early last week. The sign-up has been reopened, but for the waiting list only. Individuals will be moved up if any spots become available. If you did sign up but are now unable to attend, you will be refunded your $10. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of QUTV. Make sure you follow us on Facebook for all the latest campus news. For the entire QUTV staff, I'm Charity Boyd.
And I'm Sarah Valkamp. We leave you with more from QU's Symphonic Band. Until next time, Hawks, keep soaring high.